Program stopped yesterday.
Okay, that's fine. All right, guys. So while waiting for others to join us, I want to take one or two questions based on what we did yesterday. Okay, so many people reached out to me that the concept is kind of hard, but I trust it's not hard. Okay, probably the facilitator will definitely say something about that. Hope you're all good.
Yes, we are
Are
good.
we good?
Yes, we are
Yeah.
good though.
All right, Father Abraham. Well done, sir.
Thank you, ma.
Okay, let me just say, let me greet everyone. Okay, we have Zealots, Tunde, Oluwafemi, Alawale. All right, so a lot of people has, I don't know, I think people they want to be catching up with the recordings. I don't know, probably that's why they're not yet here. Okay, let's just give them like
Yeah,
a
we didn't get
minute
the,
more,
sorry,
then we start.
we didn't get the recording for yesterday.
Okay, I said that those that joined this section to the end of the program yesterday should reach out to me, that I will share it by their DM. So many people that reached out to me, I sent it. I sent
Oh
that
my goodness. I
recording
was
to
waiting
them.
for it in the mail or as usual. Oh, it
Yeah,
is well.
you see, many, yeah. I will definitely, when you send message to me, I will definitely send it to you. Okay, we find out because a lot of people that they will just relax and sit back and they want to get the recording. They don't want to take time to listen to the facilitator. So when you join the class, there's no how you get question. You have to have one or two questions that you like to ask. You understand? Okay, so I decided to share it with those that joined the class because this actually affected, let me not say it affected, but though it somehow affected the platform we ought to have used. Okay, we have Zoom account that has 100 people capacity. All right, but then because of the number of people that registered, we are like, okay, let's use our team because Microsoft Team can accommodate almost 1,000 people without further subscription. I said, okay, let's use that. Okay, so that was why we used actually what brought us to Microsoft Team. And then you see those people, they I don't know, they did not join, but I believe that they will definitely pay for the main program. So we just want to go with those that are very serious about this. I know how much people pay for bootcamp. For bootcamp, I have registered. I've done some of all these things. I know how much I paid during my own time. You know. So, but now we are doing it for free for people. Just come learn. You don't pay for anything. So just your time. Okay. Can we start, please? See if I think.
Sorry, good evening, everyone. So a quick one from me, because yesterday I had an event that wasn't,
Okay, sir.
you know, I didn't know. I don't know, maybe end of the class, I will see if I can get both video.
Oh, so yeah. Probably you're breaking from my end. Mr. Tunde, I can't hear you very well, but that's fine. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp and I'll send the recording to you.
Good evening, Chinyere.
Yeah, good evening,
Oh,
Hilali.
okay. I don't know the video that you want to send. I hope it's not going to be breaking like what it was that yesterday because during the class section, the video was just breaking. Some of the things that the facilitator was doing, it wasn't really clear because he'll be saying like before the video will be showing it, he must have gone past that just like what actually happened that last week Saturday. because of people that were putting on their videos, and but it wasn't that same way yesterday, because people hardly a lot of people did not put on their video, but then the video was just breaking. So I don't know, the video you're going to send, is it going to be in that same way, or there's a way you're going to do it that it will be very audible and clear?
Yeah, have you seen any of the videos I've shared so far? Have you seen any of the videos? Have you
No, I
watched any
have.
of the videos?
No, I haven't. You
So
you
I think
shared
you need
video
to. Yeah,
yesterday and today. Okay.
I shared video last week. I did share video today. I shared video last weekend and then yesterday as well. Okay.
Last The one of last weekend
Uh,
was very good. I'm not talking about the one of that yesterday. The way the class
yeah,
went there
and I
yesterday,
know
the video was breaking seriously. So I don't know if the
that's what
video
I'm
you're going to
saying.
send. Okay.
It's not going to break. Okay. So what we are recording is the screen, not the video. Okay. Is the
Okay.
screen of the presenter. Yes. Right. So
Okay.
yeah. OJZ, OZJC, somebody. You can actually mute your video.
Sorry,
You always
sorry,
like to turn on your video.
sorry,
Mute your
Chair.
video,
Please, did you?
please. OZJC. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, good evening, Chinyere.
Yeah, good evening.
Sorry, yesterday, during the week, I traveled, so I was on my way yesterday, and before I could get home, I was not able to join yesterday, but I joined last weekend's um program. And also, what the last guy just said, as of last weekend Sunday, when you shared the video, it was same thing. It was actually breaking. Like you would have said something, and then the practice you are doing would have to come later and later. But we're just able to try and manage it. So I don't know if I could get yesterday's video also, but I came in late last night. So I just
All right. So
let
I
me
want to
inform
tell
you.
you that, yeah, no problem. Just send me a message to me. You get it. Okay. But then the video is actually not. It's not exempting with what you've said. Like it's not exempting. The video is well recorded. We have the well recorded videos. If I say there.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yes, I can hear you. Please,
Hello,
somebody's camera
Said.
is
Please, can
somebody's.
we
I
start?
can hear
Let's
you.
start.
Yeah, somebody's camera is on. Please, I don't need person. Just please, you can turn off your camera. It's fine, please. Okay,
OZJC.
so about yesterday's video session, you're complaining about the lagging of the video and all. Actually, my screen is being recorded, and I know there's network issue, but the moment I'm talking, my own screen is actually recording. It's just the network issue you have on I have on my side, but my screen is actually recording everything I'm doing. So if you're watching the video, you'll be able to actually see what I'm doing once you get the video. And it's not actually having any issue on my side. But because of the fact that I had to transmit to you guys, so that's where the issue is coming from. But I think the video should be okay. There's no issue with the video at all once you guys get the video. So yesterday, I'm just going to open up the Power BI because I saved it yesterday. So we'll get to where we stopped yesterday. So there's something I also want to make you guys understand. I heard somebody saying yesterday that it's kind of advanced and all that, but whatever we did yesterday, everything we did to arrive at this stage we are now is actually not really difficult, but it's going to look like it's difficult, which is not, because probably it's your first time using Power BI or attempting to use Power BI. So it's going to look like it's difficult at first, but it's not. It's just simply click and drop, click and drop. But by the time you get a chance to be trained by Amdo Analytics, you discover that these things are easy There are things you can actually do without much stress, because we're going to actually start the class, the whole training at a very beginner level, introduce these things to you in a very way that you would get to understand them perfectly without any issue. Then we move to the intermediate level, then advance Power BI. But this bootcamp, for example, what I tried to do was just to give you a feel of how it looks like, a feel of the basic things you're going to be doing, which is just probably create a graph, um, create a visual like this, to the little advanced calculations you're going to be doing to give more insights to your data. Because being a data analyst is way much more than just creating a dashboard like this. It's actually the insight you are able to bring out of the data you're giving to that is the most important thing. It's not about just creating a dashboard. The dashboard, when they look at it, is there any meaningful decision that can be taken from the dashboard? That's the essence of the dashboard, not just that we want to put colors together and all that. So that being said, I would like us to continue from where we stopped yesterday. So as of yesterday, we've already created all the visuals we want in our report. Now we have a visual here that tells us the total employee in the company by the age. Then it tells us the gender also, which means we've done all this yesterday. We also have another one here that tells us the total employee by the job role and also the gender. Then we'll have another one that says total employee by the gender also. Now, the report is still, we've not done anything. Like, we have the report ready now, but we have to make it meaningful. We have to actually arrange it in a way that it will be able to tell the story we want to tell. Now, the first thing I would do is to decide on which of the colors I actually want to use in this report. Now I'm having this light blue and this dark blue. So first thing I would do is decide on the color I want to actually use for the report. So I'll simply just, that's easy. You can actually click on any of the graph, then you go to your format pane like we've always been doing since yesterday. Then when you come to these slicers in your format pane, that's where you get the option. You see, once I click on the slicer, I get the male, which is the light blue color, then the female, which is the dark blue color. Once I click on the drop down next to it, I get the options to choose any other color I want. I get the options to choose any other color I want. If I decide that, okay, I want the male to be blue or yellow, and I want the female to be a different color, I have that luxury. I can do that here. Now, if I don't, somebody's speaker is on. So if I don't have the colors I want here, I can actually click on more. If I don't have the colors I want by merely open this, I can actually click on more colors. Yes, I'm sharing my screen.
Am I the only one?
Are you seeing?
I'm not seeing it actually. I don't know if I'm the only one, but then not.
I can
Is
see
anybody
the
else?
screen.
Okay, so maybe it's your network, because every other person saying they can see my screen actually. Okay, please, can you see my cursor moving also? Let me be sure that we're good. You can see my cursor moving.
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
yeah,
right,
we
it's
can
thank
see
you.
your customer.
Also,
Yeah.
All right, thank you. All
Yes,
right,
you
thank
can
you
see
very much.
customer.
Okay, thank you very much. So you can actually choose. You can click on more colors and decide to play around the colors if you want to. But one thing I do, I just come to my browser most times and I type something like color. I can type color palette on my browser. The reason I'm coming to color palette is because I want to get kind of color that follows a particular pattern, or how will I call it now? Okay, see this for example. I love this. It has the dark one, the colors that blend together. It gives you colors that you can use together, colors that go together, colors that blend together. So I'll just pick this now. This first one I'm having here. I'll just pick it. Once I pick it, it brings me here. So what I'll do now is it has given me 4 different colors I can use in my report. And these colors, they blend together. So the first thing I'll do is I'll just say, okay, I want to pick this first color here. this one here. I'll just click on it. Once I click on it, it's copied. I'm copying the color code. I'll show you where to put the color code in Power BI. So once I come back to Power BI now, I'll take that color code. I'll click on the mail. I'll click on more colors. This is the color code, the hex code. That code I copied now, I can just paste it here. And it changes automatic to that color. Now I've gotten one color I would really love to use in the report. I'll come back again. I'll pick the lighter color because I want the lighter color to represent the other section of the chart. So I'll click on it. Once I just click on the color, to copy the color code, I'll go back to Power BI. I'll make that on female. So the female, I'll click on more and I'll paste the color code. Now I've gotten the color code I want. Now you see the darker color code is showing that this is the male. The other lighter color code is showing that is the female. Now I want this to be consistent across the charts I have, which means for this next chart now, which is the employee by gender, I want the male to be the darker color also, and I want the female to be the lighter color. So what I'll do once I click on that chart now, I'll go back to the format. For every chart you want to format, once you click on the chart, you come to this your format pane here. Look at it, format your visual. Once you click on the format your visual, you can now go, you trace. This chart is no longer slice. It's talking about bars. These are bars. So I'll come to the bars. Once I click on the drop down on the bars, I'm going to see the two bars there, female and male. Now, the beauty of it is I don't need to go back and copy that color anymore. Once I click on this drop down for female, the color I just copied, I'll see the option there. It's already there. It's still there. It's showing recent colors because it's part of the recent colors I use. So I'll just click on it. Now, I'm getting the colors for the female. The colors I use for male is still there also. I don't need to go back and copy. I'll just click on it. So I'll do this for the other side of the report also, which is total employees by age, class, and gender. I'll click on it also. It's already on my format. I'll still change it. Females, I want it to be lighter color. Male, I want to be darker color. So I have this already. So I've done it for like 3 of my charts. This is the first chart. This is the second chart. This is the third one. Now, I have another chart here. Okay, see. Now for this chart is just showing attrition percentage by business level, business travel, I mean. Now, what I love to do is the chart, the bar with the highest value, I love to give it a color that once you see it, you know that, okay, this is the bar with the highest value. Then every other bar should be same color. So since I'm using these 2 color codes now, I would want to use that same color code here. What I'm trying to say is once I click on it, I'll go back to format again. I'll come to the bars. Now, once you scroll down, you see that for these 3 bars you have here, you're only having one color here. It's showing default, this blue color. But you want to give each of the bar a different color, or you want to give the first one at least a different color. So what do? First, you change the color to the color you actually want to give to all the bar first. I want to give them this color first, but now I want to make sure that the first bar is a different color. So I'll click on show all. This show all simply means show me the 3 bars that are there. Once I click on show all, I'll see 3 bars now. Now the travel frequently, which is the first bar, is here. Its own color. I can give them different colors. So I just want to change this travel frequently. I want to change it to the darker one. So when you look at this visual, you just see that, okay, travel frequently is number 1. That's number 1 on the list. So that's what I want to just do for this bar. The remaining ones, remaining 2, I want them to remain that same color. I don't want to change the color also. So I'll close this. I'll come back here, just keep it here. Now, let's pick this. This is still female and male, so we already know the color we want to use for that. We want the male to be the darker set of persons, darker color. I'll come to bars again. Female, take the light color. Male, take the dark color. That settles it. Now we have another chart here. Okay, now this chart is in 3 different, we need 3 different colors for this. So what I'll do is we'll come back to format again. go to slice. Now, for the first one, which is the bigger portion, I want that one to be dark. So I'll take the dark color we've been using. Then for the second one, now I want to create another color. I want one more color before the final color. Remember, we're choosing our color palette here already. See our color palette, but I need to take this second one. So I will have a blend of these first three color, this dark one, and this one. So I'll just click on this color here. I'll pick it. It copies already. I'll come back. I'll make that one my second color. I'll paste it just like I've been doing before. Now that settles that. Now I'll make the last one the light color I already have here. Look at it. I already have the light color here. I'll just pick it. Now I have a blend of the three colors. Now you see why I went to the color palette to actually pick a color that would create this kind of blend. I want three, so I want to create this kind of blend. Now that settles this. Now in my report, I have all my graphs, all my visuals scattered. But now I want to arrange the visual the way I want it to be in my report. And for me to do that, one very important thing, this entire Canva you are having, you don't have to jam pack your visuals. You don't have to have at least minimum, okay, maximum, it should not be more than 6 visuals. Don't go be cramming a lot of visuals into one page report so that it can easily be seen and relatable and easily they can just understand. If I have a lot of visuals here, they are very small, it's too much. So now we need to pick like 6. Just need to pick 6, the 6 most important ones for us. So we're going to do that together because I don't really know the 6 I want to pick now. We need to pick like 6 out of these entire visuals we have there. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, this is 8, and this is 9. No, we can't fit this entire 9 visual into this report. Ideally, we'll have to create another page, but we just want a one-page report for now. So we have to pick 6 items that are actually very important to us. The report I created, although I was able to represent this entire number of visual in one report, I did something else entirely for that report. Now, I don't want to go into the process of doing that because I don't really want any other person to feel that what we're doing is too advanced. Because if I show you the report I created, let me show you the report so you see the report. Okay, so this is the report I created, just 6 visuals I have on the page. Now you're wondering, I told you I had 3 different visuals. I was able to create what we call a bookmark. So you can move. I have 3 visuals in this small space you're seeing here, but I created a button that you can use to switch from one to another. It's a little bit, it's not really advanced, but it's just a small technique. So if I click on this by job roles, it changes this visual. It now gives me how is gender distributed across the different job roles. This is the graph for that. And if you look at it, you see that this one is dark to show that is highlighted. Now, if I click on the next one by department, the graph will change. The visual will change again to tell me this is how it's distributed by department. If I click on the next one by age group, it will tell me this is how it's distributed by age group. So I have 3 in one spot. Now that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was able to fit in 8 visuals into one report here using little technique, just small techniques like that. So, but now I don't want us to go through that entire process. So I want us to pick like 6 most important visual we want on this report. So I don't know, you guys can work on this together with me. So I don't know, what do you think is the most important out of these 6 we have here? First, we have, let's start with the first one. We have total employee by age, class, and gender. Do you think this one is very, very important? Should I leave this? Should we leave this on the report? I need you guys to help me out here, please.
Yes, it's important.
Okay, it's important. So we should leave this on the report. That means we're picking this. These are first one. I'll just keep it by the side here. So Now we have another one here. It's saying total employees by job role, by job role, by job role, and it's also featuring by gender also. Now you have the age group in the company. Now the job role.
I think we should keep that too. Let's keep it.
Okay, so I should keep these two. That means we have three now, two now. Now we have total employee by gender, by gender. So to me, I feel like I should just remove this because the age group is already breaking it down by gender. The job role is also breaking it down by gender. So I don't feel we should have um, a visual that says, okay, gender. I don't know. I'm just thinking at the top of my head. So it's up to you guys. Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's not okay?
It's
Absolutely.
not really okay.
Okay, okay.
That's
So
good now.
so
It's
we
already
should remove,
you
yeah, so
remove
we
it.
should remove this. So I'll just click on the three dots we have here. I'll click on remove. So that's out of it. Now, next we have, okay, should we click this first? Okay, this one's talking about total employees. Now we have total employees. Let's finish with the total employees. This one is total employees by department. Each of the departments, we have three departments in the company. So we want to know how many employees and each department. Do you feel this is very important? Will be less important? Which one?
I think
I think
it is
that
important. I know whatever department they are probably lagging behind on. This is important for them so that they can know where recruitment needs to be done.
Okay, okay, that's great. That's great. So we're keeping this. So before we keep this, let's just format this to blend with what will I say, the color we have already. So male and female. I'll just click on format. Now I'll go to bars. For the female, we already know the colors for the female, which is the lighter color. For the male, we know the color already, which is the darker color. So settle this. We're keeping this also. Now, now see the interesting thing we've done now. We've selected three visuals first. These three visuals now, we want to tell a story. Remember, we're trying to tell a story. The story should be interesting. We cannot just jump from saying, this company, they have two people in, and they have a lot of employees in different departments, but then they don't even have some employee at all. The story should flow. There's a flow. When you're creating your report, you should try to maintain a flow, and it should flow from left then to right. Now, see what I mean by that. Now we're starting this report. Now we're going to say something like, oh, this is the employee distribution by age group, as the total employee by age group. Then we're still talking about the total employee in the company now. We're still talking about it. Okay, and we're saying next, this is the total employee we have in the company by the job role we have in the company listed. Then we're going to the next one again and saying this is the total employee we have by the department. So you see how the story sounds interesting now that first we started with the total employee. We're telling you this is total employee by age. We are going to the total employee by job role. We also featuring it by gender. Then we are finally going to the total employee by department, and we're also going by gender. So we've actually done that now. And then next, remember this report is about attrition. Attrition in the sense that we want to know the people that are leaving the company. Why are they actually leaving the company? That's the most important question we want to answer with this report. Now we've been able to tell them an overview of the people we have in the company already with these three reports we have there. Now let's go to trying to find out the reason why they are leaving. Now, like I said, we have to determine. Now, do you think this is important? This is attrition by business travel. I want to find out from you guys. Do you think this is important? It's trying to tell us that this is the level at which the rate at which people are living by the different business level we have. Do you think this is important?
Very important. Very.
Very,
Important.
very important.
Okay, great. That means we're keeping the attrition by
Attrition.
business travel. Now, next thing we're seeing here, He said this is the attrition rate by the different age we have in the company. We've already told them this is the total employee by the age group. Now we're saying this age group, look at the rate at which they are living. Do you think this is very, 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 very important to tell them?
Yes, please.
Okay. Me, I feel this is very important because so when you want to do your employment, you know that okay, if you're employing people within this certain age group, just bear it in mind that they are likely to live, they have a high chance of living compared to any other age group you're gonna employ. So I'll bring this now. For example, I'll bring this, I'll put it here. Now we have two more visuals to go. This is employee and education level, and this is, oh, we have three. So this is average, that's the number of companies they've worked for by the age they are, if they've worked for 1, 2, 3, or 4 companies. But then this is another visual that is here, attrition by marital status. Do you think this is very, very important? Very, 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 very important.
Yes, is this
As
because it has
I
to do
believe
with where they are living?
Okay,
you
so
can lose
since
the number as important as the other attributes.
you said what?
That number of the age and the number of jobs that they've done, you can
Okay,
actually lose it to an extent
okay,
because you're
so
actually factors
okay,
responsible for their. So let's look
okay,
at
great.
marital.
Okay, great. So we can lose this. We can lose this from the report. Okay. Now we said we need this. So I'll take this now and put it here. So we have one left. Do you think we need this total employee by education level or so? Do we need this in the report?
Yes, I think we need it. Education might have a thing or two to do about, sometimes people that are well educated can be ambitious and probably wanting to go for a higher pay and all that. I don't know. I think
Okay. Okay. Any other
It
person have
doesn't
a
show
good?
so much of attrition in it, so I don't think so.
Okay.
it's along education.
Okay. Finally, like you said, it doesn't show so much of attrition in it, so we can actually use it for now. But maybe much more later in the report, if we are doing maybe 2, 3 pages report or 4 pages, maybe we can show this and try to find a way this try to correlate or motivate employee. If employees that are more educated tend to get promotion or more or so, you will actually look at the report more to see if there's anything relating to that. But for now, since we're not using this, we just have to remove this. So we've succeeded in selecting 6 important visuals. The first 3 visuals on top tells us about the company overview of the total employees they have in the company. Then the 3 visuals beneath tells us, okay, this is how they are leaving the company. First, we're saying people that are single tend to leave the company more, which is very interesting. Single people, they are always leaving. Now, not that they are only single. Now, if you come to the age group that leaves the company more, which is 18 to 25, they're actually the age group that tends to be single. So then we already know that once you tell an employee, if an employee is traveling frequently a lot, there's every chance the employee is going to leave the company. Now we've succeeded in selecting 6 visuals, which is actually very interesting. Now, what I'm going to do now is, if you look at the first visual, we're going to just clean everything up now and ready to go. If you look at the first visual,
Sorry, please,
that,
Efasa, I have a question.
okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, so similar to the way you can like format cells in Excel, can you do the same for any of your matrices? What I mean, when you were applying the colors for each of the scenarios, I could see that you were picking each of them individually. Can I pick like 3, 4 different matrices that I know they are about similar concerns, like male, female, and then apply the pictures to hit at a go rather than do it individually? I don't know if you understand my question.
Okay. Wait, let me get something. Like you want to do, let's say for these 3 graphs now, you just want to pick the 3 at once and apply male color and female color. Is that what you're trying to say? if I get you
Exactly.
correctly.
Exactly.
Okay, okay, I understand. But now, without answering that question, let's try something here. Now you click on this, right? Now, if I click on this graph, if I hold down my control on my keyboard, I can actually select the next visual, and I can actually select the third visual. Let's say I want to select, no, I'm not selecting this. Now I'm selecting this. So these four visuals I selected now, they are all, look at it here. They are all stacked bar charts, right? And they all have male, female, male, female, male, female, right? Now, I come here now,
Yeah.
formats, and I click on bars. I see male, female bars here. Now I want to change one of the colors now. Let's just mess it up and give it blue and see what happens. Are you seeing it now? If you're
Awesome.
seeing it,
Awesome. That's what I.
as
Thank
I
you.
mess it up. Okay, great. So we'll take it back to
Thank
where
you.
we were. Sorry, this is female and this is male. Okay, great. So we've done that now. So now that you have that selected, we have the four graphs selected. If you look at our chart we have here, we are only seeing the portion for male and the portion for female, but we don't actually know the total. The total, this graph, this bar chart now is not showing us the total. So I want the chart, apart from displaying the male and female, I don't want to go through the stress of saying, let me add 132 to 194. No. So rather, I'll come down here, look at the labels. After the data label, there's another label, they say total labels. So I'll just put it on. If I put it on, you notice that it becomes on for all the charts we've created. It becomes on for all the charts we've created. Now, normally, we already have that on. If you look at the colors also, they are not so clear. And when I mean colors, look at the label on the x-axis, on the y-axis is not so clear. So what do we do now? We come to the y-axis now. It's very important that you maintain a kind of consistency in your reports. When I mean consistency, if you're picking a font style, use that font style. If you're picking a font size, use that font size across. Don't go using 16 in one side, using 14 in one side. No, don't go using a particular font style in one for one visual. Use another particular font style for another visual. Consistency is very important. So for now, I'm just going to change this font style now. Let's say I want to change it to this Georgia. I'll click on Georgia. Okay, everything takes Georgia. Now let's say I want to make it, this is the y-axis we're talking about here. I want to make it, let's say 12 or let's say 10. I want to make it bold also. Now I don't really like this, so I'll take it from Georgia. Let's say I want to take the next one. I don't know which one I'll take now, but let me just try this. Okay, let's say I'm okay with this. Now I want to change the color also. I'm okay with black, but it's actually gray, so I'll change. Now we've done that for the three visuals at once. It was your suggestion. Oh. So we've edited for the three visuals as one, which is actually great. So we don't go back doing one after the other. Now let's go back to, like I said, we're using, this is Constantia. We're using Constantia now, we're using 10. So let's come back to our data labels. We can leave our data labels. Let's come back to our total now. If you scroll down your total, you have to now change this to, which one are we using? Constantia. And we can make it 10 also. Then we can also change the color, make sure it's black. Then we can also make it a little bit bold, so it can easily be seen. So that happens for the three visuals at once, the three visuals at once. Now, you know we have legend. The legend is always gender on top here. You're seeing it gender, 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 gender. So let's go to legend and see what we can do there. We'll go to the text. We're actually interested in the text of the legend. Now, remember, you can move your legend position. This one is top left now. If you want it to be top center, you can make it top center. Are you seeing the effect, please, guys? You're seeing the effect of moving it to top
Yeah, but
center.
I think better bottom right.
You
You seem
want
to have more space.
you want bottom right like this? Like this?
Yes, it's better. Yes, it's
Okay.
better.
Okay. Bottom right. Now let's go to text. Now the text, we said we want consistency. So we look for the text we've used before. It's still 10. Then we change the color also. We make it black. then also make it bold. Okay, that settles it. Now, we succeeded in formatting all our charts and we said we're okay with it. But then, now, the only thing I can't do with all these charts together at once is I can't name them. I can't give them a good title because I can only name one title. I can only give one title at a time. So I'll have to uncheck and click on the first one. This one is total employees by age, class, and gender. So for you to give your title to your chart, your visual, you click on the visual, you still go to format. On your format option, this is the visual, but you have general here. So you click on general. Once you click on general, you see title. See title here. You can put off the title if you don't want title. But if you want title, you can put it on and click on the drop down on the title. Now you have a chance, you have an opportunity to give the graph, the visual, give it a very good title. Now, I don't know, can anybody suggest a title that we should give to this graph? Now, most times I love titles that tends to ask a question, prompt, so that once you see the title, you just know that, okay, this is the question we're asking you. So you can easily get the answer from the graph. But sometimes people just, it's also people just say, okay, this is total employees by age and gender. It's simple. So you still know also. But sometimes I like my title to always look like they are asking you a question, like a prompt asking you a question. I don't know, which one do you think is good, guys? Can suggest anyone who are good.
Give us an example of your title that
Okay.
prompt question.
Okay,
Please.
so let me open my visual for you. Now, if you look at this, look at this here. I said, how is gender distributed across the different age group? I'm asking a question. How is gender distributed across the different age group? Now, I'm coming here again. I'm saying, what is the distribution of education level among employee? Now, I'm coming here. Look at this last one. I think I love this one. I'm asking a question. Does marital status impact attrition rates? Does marital status impact attrition rates? So I'm asking, it's more like I'm asking a question with my title, but once I ask that question, you can see the answer. Marital status, does it impact attrition rates? Yeah, I can say yes, because single people tend to leave more because they are not married, then followed by the married people, then divorced people. So that's what I'm trying to say. Now, look at this one I have here. Is there an interaction effect between marital status and age on attrition? This is another one I have here. Now, look at this one here, the one about travel. How does the frequency of business travel correlate with attrition? You get? So I tend to ask question, while instead of just putting a title, total employee by age group. No, I don't. I do it sometimes, but sometimes I don't. Sometimes I love to ask questions so you can just get it. So we can ask questions. We can also just use total employee, but I would love to keep these two. Does marital status impact attrition rates, and how does the frequency of travel correlate with attrition? So let's go back to our Power BI now. So we want to actually give this a title. I don't know. So should I just put total employee by age group and gender? Should I do that? Is that okay? Because it's
No.
actually so. What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do so that we can just move fast a bit? What do you think I should do?
Do the question like your like yours.
Okay, so what's the question you want me to ask here now? What's the question you want me to ask?
Like the one you put
What's the
there.
relationship between age group and total employee? Something like that.
Okay, you said what's the relationship between
Is there a relationship between gender? As in, what's the chat about? Actually?
or what if I say something like what is the dominant age group and
Okay.
gender and the company.
The company. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Good.
Now remember that we're actually using a what is it called? A particular font style. So I'll make it that font style. Now we can actually leave our title to have a different what will I call it now? A different size so that it can actually be bigger. You can make it 16 or 15, but no, I think 14 is okay. Then let's say we'll make it bold. No, let's check bold because I don't want it to split down. So yeah, we are good here. So now you have the opportunity to make your title centered or align left or right. So I think we should leave it as center. So we're good to go. Now we need to go to the next one. The next one is that's the employees by job role and gender. Job role and gender. So remember, once I click on it, I'll navigate to format, then general, then title, then drop down on the title. So what do you think I should do to this? That's the job role. Did I just say something? Which job role has the highest number of employees?
What is the most popular job role in the company? How about that?
Okay, what is the most popular
Job role.
job role in the company? Job role in the company, right?
Yes, sir.
Should I go further to ask and which gender dominates that job role, or we should just leave it like this? Well, anyway, we can leave it like this. It's fine this way. So remember, we have to change the font style again. We have to make it the one we were using before now, and also we want to centralize it. So I'll scroll down a bit and click on centralize. Now we'll go to the next one. This one is employee by department. So what do you think we should give this? I'll click on this now and click on format, click on general, and then title. Then I'll delete this. Let's give it a title now. What title do we give this? Did I just say what is the I don't know. What do you think, guys? Come on, come on, come on, come on. What do we give this title now? This is employee by the department, different departments, number of employee by the different departments.
What is the distribution of employees according to department?
Okay. Okay. That's nice. Okay, that's great. So I'll change it to the same font style and I'll scroll down and make it central. That settles that. Now, travel, attrition by business. So let me just grab the, that's how does the frequency of business travel correlate with attrition? So I'll go to format now. I'll go to general title. I'll come here and see how does the frequency of business travel or rates with attrition. The question mark. Then I'll change the font style again. Then I'll come down a bit, centralize it. No, okay. Now I'll do the same for this. I didn't put a question prompt, so I'll just format it back. And then let's go to the end. Put a question mark here. That settles it. Now we'll go to the next one. This is attrition by the age and gender. So attrition by the age and gender. So what will be the suitable title for this? What will be the suitable title for this?
What's the impact of that age and gender on attrition rate?
Okay, that's cool. Okay, what's the impact of age and gender on attrition rates? What is the impact of age and gender on attrition rates? Awesome. I'll change the font style again. I'll come down, centralize it. That settles it. Now, let's come to the last one, attrition by marital status. I think I have something that does marital status impact attrition rates. Okay. Now, let's just come format, not effects, title. Does marital status, oh, marital status impact attrition rates? Okay, then we can come down again, we change the font style to the one we're using, and we centralize this, and we're good to go. Now we've succeeded. Okay, we're good. Now, please, I want to draw your attention to this. You know, we only formatted the totals for this. We didn't take care of this and the y-axis, so we have to make it. Remember, you have to make it consistent. The y-axis now, I'm going to change it to the font style we're currently using, which is this, and it's 10, and I'm going to change it to black.
Sorry,
So that's
sorry. Is there nothing like formatting?
What do you mean
That's in
formatting?
filter. Yeah, I mean filter. The one we have used before, to filter it and just click on it and it will just adjust itself.
No. If I understand what you're
Unlike
saying,
Excel where you can filter.
I'm trying to get what you're saying now. Are you saying to say the formatting option I've done here already? If I can just say,
Yes.
okay, format this one just the way this one is. No.
Yes.
Unless what you want me to do now, for example, I can let go of this, for example. If I take this graph now and make a copy of this graph and bring it here.
No. Not to make a copy of the graph now.
Now, no, you don't have that. I don't have pre-formatted features that I can just say, okay, apply to this. No, we'll do something similar.
Unlike Excel, where you can just format, where you can just do formatting. Probably you want to use the same formula on other.
That's a
Sorry.
No.
It doesn't work that way.
No, you can't.
Using the format
option on the top right.
No.
It doesn't.
We don't have that on Power BI.
We don't have that luxury. The only thing.
You know that you have to click multiple times.
So I understand what you're talking about. You don't have that or like a lazy feature. No. So you're just going to format this. We're going to format this the way we did the other one. That's for now it's data label. We just change the data label, the values. We're concerned about the values, or change the values to what we have already. And I think it's 9, it's 10. Then we'll change the color to black also. No, I can't use black now because okay. We use black. Now, see one very important thing. See something that happened now. If you look at this chart, before now, when it was smaller, you see the label on top. The first one is actually in the bar, but we don't want it to be in the bar. You have the luxury to change the position of where you want it to be. If it's in auto, it's automatically going to determine where the bar should be. Once you extend your graph, it will actually adjust itself. But you can actually tell if you want it to be inside or outside or center, if you want it to be at the center inside, you can make it at the center inside. Most times I prefer mine to be outside end, which is how it is now. So we can make that bold. So that settles this. So we have one more chart left to format. Now, if you look at this, our donut chart, you're having 2 percentages on the donut chart. 2 percentages. That's the label percentage and the donut chart percentage itself. So we'll click on the donut chart now. We'll try to format the donut chart. That's the data label. Now, if you put off the data label, you won't see any label. If you put it on, you can click on the drop down and come to label contents. So on the label content, you have the luxury to determine which of the value do you want to appear on the label contents. Do you want the data value only, or you want the data value and the percentage total, or you want the percentage total? You can choose that you want the data value only. So this time around, you just see the data value only. You don't get to see the other percentage you were seeing before now. Just see the data value only. So, which I think is okay because you don't need to be seeing multiple percentage on your donut chart. So I'll just make this and put it here. So I think we're good to go now. The report is in order. We have 6 of our visuals here already.
Market is donut extra.
We have 6 here already. I can't hear you. I can't hear you clearly, please. What did you say, please?
Text of the donuts, they are yet
Okay,
to format it.
Okay, the text of the donuts. Okay, so this is the text. This is the values for the donuts. I think I'm still on the donut chart. Yeah, so we change it to the text format we're already using. The style we're using, then it's supposed to be 10, and it's supposed to be the dark one also. Then it's supposed to be bold, and we're good. Now we have these visuals here already. We only have one more. We only have these are card visuals up here. Now for the card visuals, we actually want them to appear the same. The only thing you cannot format in the card visuals individually is the title, but you can format the text and every other thing individually. So I'm just going to pick all the card visuals at once. The 3, that's the, how many card visuals do you have here? I have 5 or so. I'm picking all of them at once. Once I pick all of them at once, I can apply the same formatting option to all. So I'll click on format. No, okay, this is going to give us an error. The only thing we can do, I think this won't work now. Doubt if it's going to work, but it should work. Okay, let's see, call out. Okay, just like we did before to our charts. Let's see, we want to change the font style like we've been doing. But we're using, okay, this is what we're using. Oh, damn. Okay. Good, not good, bad, not bad. Okay, let's just leave it at that. You can always change yours. If you say you want to make it bold, now let's say you want to reduce the font size. This is too big. So we want to reduce the font size. Let's say we're making it 30. Making it 30. Let's say we're making it 30, which is fine. Then let's say we're going to make it central. Now, like I said, we were okay with the visual this way now, the card visual this way. But then the title, I can't format the title. I have to do the title one after the other. So once I come here, this is total employee. I have to go to total employee. Now on the call out, I think on the call out, we have labels done. We have labels. Okay, this is the label. Okay, let me check the title. Title is off. This is the label. Let's see. Okay, so this is the label. Well, so what I love to do is I put off the label for my chart and I come to title and put on title so I can give my chart its own title. I'll just call this total employees now. Total employees. So that's total employees. Then remember, we're trying to be consistent. I'll make it this. Then I scroll down. I'll make it center. So I have total employees appear that way. So I come out of that. I have total employees up here. Now there's a reason I'm doing that. I think you see it later when we want to do the last thing we need to do. So we should just leave it there for now. So I'm going to do the next one. Once I click on the next card, which is total job role, I'm going to come to format. I'm going to come to the call out. Then I'll scroll down. I'll scroll down to put off the label. Then I'll go to general to put on the title because I want to give this a title. I'll click on the drop down and give it a title. I'll say total job role. Total job role. Say roles. Now, remember we have to make this the font style we're already using. Then probably bold. We didn't make the other one bold, so we'll make it bold.
Center.
I'll make it bold. Okay, next we'll go to the now centralize this. We need to centralize this. This is not this is centralizer. This is the title. This is the title. Centralize the title. We'll go to the department. That's total department. Now I'll put off the label visual. I'll put off the label color value. I'll put off the label. I don't want the label. I'll go to the general. Put on the title again and call this total department. Total departments. Then one more time again, we're going to change the font style. Then we're going to make it bold. Then we're going to centralize it again. Then we're going to go to the retention rate. As usual, I'll put off the label. I'll go to general and put on the title. I'll put this on retention rate. Retention rate. I'll put a percentage sign there. Also change the font style. If I want to now make it bold, scroll down. That settles it. Then I'll go to the last one, which is attrition rate. Attrition rate, normal. I'll go to the visual again, go to call out. I'll put off the label. I'll come to general, put on the title, and give it the title, attrition rate. I'll call it attrition rate. And attrition rate is also in percentage. So I'll finally change the font style and make it bold. Then move, make it centralized. So that settles it. I don't have any, let's see, layouts are good, shape are good. The card itself. These are all formatting options you can actually do to your card. If you see now, there's a border appearing on the card. There's a border on the card. That's this little line you're seeing here. So if I click on it, if I don't want the border, I just come to the format. I come to the card, and you can actually feel the color we have in the field now is actually white. So if I change it to any color, you can see now it's black. But we're actually okay with white because it's white we want to use for the reports. But I'm just showing you that you can actually change your field color also. But this is the border. You can actually come down and change your border color if you want to also. Change your border color if you want to, but we're not changing border color. In fact, we don't need the border, so we'll put the border off. We don't need any other thing. We don't need shadow. This is shadow if you want to apply shadow effect, glow, accent bar. Accent bar is just a small bar that will appear by the side of the batch, the card. We don't want that also. So we are okay with this. Now I'll put off the border for all the card visuals. So I'll put off the border because we don't need the border. We don't actually need the field. We don't need the border. So this is okay. So I'll just put the card visual here. So one thing I can do now is I can make sure all my card visuals, they are same size. How do I do that now? I can say, okay, I want all my card visuals to take the size of this chart we have here already. The size of this visual we have here already, this card visual we have here. So I'll come here and say general, I'll say properties. I'll see the height. I'll also see the width of the card visual, the one I want to use as a reference for every other one. That's 141, 267. 141, 267. So I'll click on this. I'll say general, properties, 141, 267, 267. So they all take the same shape and size. I hope it's 141. So it's 141. So they take the same shape and same size. Now, another interesting thing I need to do is I need to make sure that the space between all these four card visual, they're actually the same. How do I do that? Once I pick this first one, normally when you pick on it, you see this red line already that is appearing, trying to tell you that, okay, you can maintain the same, what will I call it, white space between your card visual. But what I'll do is I'll click on all the card visual. I want to start from here. I want it to start here and I want it to end here. So I'll select the first one. I'll hold down my control key. I select the second one, select the third one, select the fourth one, select the last one. Now, once I have done that, I'll simply come to format. I will say align, then I'll say distribute horizontally. So they maintain same space. Now we've done this already. So this report is almost, we can do the same thing. We can do the same size. We can size our visual. We can make sure it's the same size. All the visuals, they are the same size. We can actually do that also. But before we do that, I want us to look at these two reports that we have here now. This is the report that we have here now. We have our filters by the side here, and we have all our charts here. Then we have our icons and everything here. So what I'm going to do now is in Power BI, you have the luxury to bring in, will I say, a customized background. This background you're seeing that is white now, you can actually format it to a different color. You can make it any color you want. You can make your chart any color you want, like you already know. So for example, I will make sure that I don't have any visual selected. Once I don't have any visual selected, if I come to my format, I will see the options to format my Canva background. See the option to format my Canva background. I can change the color from white to any color I want. I can change the color from white to any color I want. Now I've changed it to this color. You still can see that's because transparency is set at 100%. If I decrease the transparency, you see. So you also notice that my charts are having background color, and the background color for my charts are actually white. But because my background was actually white before now, you didn't notice that. What I'm trying to say is this chart now is having a background color. If I click on the chart and click on come to general and come to effect, see the background color here. It means I can also change background color for my chart. You're seeing it, but I don't really want the background color for any of the charts because I want it to be on the white background. So you can put off the background or put it on. So for this chart, I don't think I want background color. Don't want background color also. Don't want background color. Now, like I said, you can change the background color for your Canva. That's your Canva you're working with. You change the background color to anyone you want. You can also change the background color for your chart like I'm doing now, but we don't want any background color. That's why I'm putting it off. Because we had a white background before now, so you didn't notice that our chart actually had background color. So see now, once I remove the background, we can actually you can do same for the visuals. You can do same for the visuals. Remove the background color. Now you can do same for this. Remove the background color. Yeah, you have to do background color for that one also. Background color. I remove the background color. Finally, I remove the background color. So I want to give this chart now. I want to give this a report. I want to make it look like the report I already have there, at least close to the report I have there. So what I'll do now is I'll come back to my background color again. I'll change it back to white. Now it's white. So in Power BI, you can do something. You can actually bring your own background from, let's say, PowerPoint. It depends on where you're doing your background. You can make a customized background, bring it from PowerPoint, bring it from Figma if you know how to use Figma, bring it from Canva if you use Canva also. Interestingly, you still can put a picture in this background. So what I'm trying to say now is if you come to your format background, remember, make sure that you don't have any visual selected. Once you have a visual selected, you won't be able to make any effect on your background. But once you don't have any visual selected, you'll be able to make any formatting on your background. So if you come to your background color now, come to your background and format background. If you click on this browse here, it's trying to tell you that you can actually add an image. So I can come here and pick any image and say, let's say I want to use this image. Now I set, I fit it. So this is how people use image in the background. So finally, we're not doing all that. I don't want to do all that. I already have a background I constructed already. So I just want to bring it here. I have a background somewhere in PowerPoint that I've constructed already. So I want to pick the background here. So how do I do that now? I'll just click on background. I saved it as an image. So I'll look for it somewhere here. It's supposed to be here. I hope I find it. Okay, I think it's this. This is it. I'll open it. Now I have to make it fit. Once I make it fit, I think I'm good to go. Yes, so I'm good to go. So I can come out of here. So now I can fit my chart into each of the position I want them to be. The position I want them to be. You soon see the effect of what we're doing now. So I fit my chart, fit this chart in. I'll fit this chart in. I'll fit this chart in also. Where I want, I'll fit this chart in. I'll fit this chart in. I'll fit this chart in here also. I'll fit this one in here. I'll fit this one in here also. It's just clicking and dragging and make sure it's actually within the box I have created in my background. So one thing you will get from our training is that we have some, I'm still working on some, but we have some background already that by the time you're done with our training, we're going to give you this background. We're going to give you these different backgrounds that you can always use for your visual if you want to. We have this is the one we have on PowerPoint. We have some saved in what is it called? Figma. We have some on Canva also. So I picked one, the background I'm using, I picked it from here. That's the Canva design I'm using. I picked it from here. I remember I picked it from here. I picked one of them. Or is it Figma I picked it from? So you have this luxury. We'll just give you this. We'll give you a copy of this so you can always use to help build your report when you want to build your report. So once I fit this in, now I have to also adjust my card visuals. These are my card visuals. I have to adjust them. Now I realize that, okay, this card visual, the first one is total employees. It should come here. Total employees should come here. I'll fit it here. Now, make sure it's here. Now the next one is let's say department. Now one thing you'd notice is once I'm making my adjustments, you see this red line that is always trying to tell me. I think you also have that red line in PowerPoint or most of these Microsoft applications when you're trying to make adjustments like this. Then finally, oh no. Take this, put this back. Finally, we come to, this is a retention rates. This is job roles. We'll make it small. This is retention rates. Retention, then this is attrition rates. So we're almost there. We're almost there. We have a few minutes more. So we have this already. Now you may be wondering, I know you're seeing icons here. These icons, normally I was supposed to put them in the background before bringing it here. But since I didn't do that, I can actually go get the icon one after the other. I'll just show you guys just how we get icons into Power BI. I already have these icons downloaded I have them downloaded somewhere in my laptop. So I'll just go to insert. I'll click on images. I think those icons should be in my download and images. Can't remember the name I'm using, saving them, but should be here. Okay, and remember this is one of them. This is for attrition. I use this for attrition. So I'll click on it and click on open. I'll just select it. It should be here. Now look at this is the image here. So I'll just adjust it and drop it here. This is the one I use for attrition. Eventually I will have to resize it. I'll size it to make sure that all the icons I'm using, they are of the same size. I'll do that, but this is the one I use for attrition. So I'll come back to the images again and look for the next one. I'll look for the next one. Which one did I use again? I think I use this for employee. So I'll click on it, open. It's here. I'll grab this for employee. I'll put this here. Like I said, I will resize it again. So total department and all. I can't remember the image I used for total department. Okay. So I'll go back to images again and look for the one I use for total department. As department, please. Okay, I know I use this, so I'll pick this now. Pick this for job. This is I think this is for job roles also. Yeah. Then I need two more. Then I need two more. Okay, this is for department. This is for department. Not worried about that. Then retention rate. Can't remember what I use for that. Retention rate. Okay. Yes, I think I've seen that already. So I'll come back and pick it. Retention rate. Yeah, this is retention rate. I'll pick the icon. These icons, I'm supposed to fix them in my background before bringing it here, but you still can do it here if you didn't, if you don't get to do them in your PowerPoint. So now I want to make sure they are all of the same size. This is the first one. I want to make sure they are all of the same size. So I'll just fix this here to make sure it's in order. So I want to make sure they are all of the same size, just like I did for my card visuals. I'll click on this and I want to inspect the, okay, 5767. So 5767 now, click on all my icons. I'll pick them one after the other. All my icons, I'll pick them one after the other. And I'll make sure they are all 5767. Even though you're having the value there, they are all not the same size yet. So until you make it 5767, that settles the icons, they are all the same size now. Now you'll notice a line on top here. I just actually I drew that line myself. But before drawing that line, what I did was I made sure that I had space between my label, that's my title up here, and the department I had down here. So let's take it up a little. Let's take it up a little. Take it up a little. Take it up a little. Take it up one more time. So this is what I did. I just clicked on insert, then I shape. You could use a line, but you could also use a box or rectangle. But once you have the rectangle, this is the rectangle I had. I actually made sure that the width is so small, it's not so big. This is the width of the rectangle. So what I did was I did this, then adjust it, bring it down here. Make sure you just position it well. Yeah, so you can format the rectangle. This is shape. I formatted it. I made sure I didn't have any border. I didn't want any border. And I changed the color to, this is our color we're using. Yeah, that's what I did. So yeah, that's little design there already. So finally, We have in the report slicers. These are slicers. That's you can actually filter the reports. If you want to filter this report now, you can filter this report and say, I want to see this report by particular job roles, a particular job role. I can say just health representative. So you click on it. Once you click on it, this whole report is going to adjust. Once I click on health representative, this whole report is going to adjust. Now, if you look at the total employees for health representative now, it's talking about health representative job role. We have 131 employees. Department we selected now, that's one department, one job role. That's because we're having health representative, healthcare representative, that's the job role. Look at the retention rate, look at the attrition rate. So that's how you can use slicers to actually filter through your report. Let's go to human resource. Filter by human resource. See the attrition rate for human resource, 23. Human resource department, they tend to leave the company more. So once you can filter, use your slicers to filter your reports. But once you're done, you can just click on this icon here. Is the refresh icon I created. So I just click on the refresh icon. So my own report will refresh and not selected. So to do that now is we have how many slicers here? We have job role, department, age group, business travel, education level, and marital status. So first, on my Power BI, I'll go to my visuals. I'll look for slicer. This is slicer. I'll click on the slicer. Once I click on the slicer, I have the slicer here, but then I want to slice by what? I want to slice, let's say I want to slice by department. So I'll come and select department. Automatically, these are the 3 departments I have here now. But if you see, it's not similar to what I have. So I want to format the slicer. I'll format the slicer and I'll say on the slicer setting, I'll say instead of having a vertical list, I want to have a drop down. So I'll click on a drop down. Once I click on the drop down, you see that I'm having all there. So if you click on the box here, you see the department you selected. So I'll just minimize this slicer and put it here. Now, once you have the slicer here, what I want to do now is I want to just have this slicer here. You still can format your slicer. You can format your slicer and come to slicer header. Most times what I do, I don't like putting on the header. I put off the header and I go to title, put on title. So like I said, you can give almost everything a title and say select department. Select department. Once I do that, remember the font style we've been using before now. I'll just give it that font style. Then I want to make this one 12 instead of 10. You can make it bold if you want to. I don't want to make it bold. So I leave it at that. But next thing I want to do, I'll come to effect. I don't want the background. I put off the background. But then I come to my slicer again, because if you look at the slicer I have now, if you look at the slicer I have in my report, you see that I'm having white label. That's the title is white, but just the box within where you can actually filter through is white. So I'll come back here. I'll go to my title again, general title. I'll change the color from black. I'll make it white. I'll also centralize it, scroll down, centralize it. Then I'll go back to my visual. I go to the values. The values, I'll come down to the background. This background. So I give it the border. I'll go to generals again, effects, visual border. So I've given it the border. I want to make sure the border is white. So I'll make it white. That's all. So I've done this for one slicer. I don't have to do this again for another slicer. I'll just click on this slicer now to be fast because we're almost out of time. I'll click on this slicer now and copy it. I'll just press, I can come to home tab here and say copy and paste. So I have to, I'll just bring it down here. All I need to do is, now it's still saying select department, but I don't want to select department this time around. I want to select job role. So I'll come here to, where do we have our job role again? Here. So I will uncheck department in the fields pane here. I'll cancel department and just click on job role. I have the same effect. So all I need to do is just go back and rename the title from select department to job role. Job role. To job role instead of saying department now. So like I've done that already. So I want to do that for the remaining 4. So I'll just click on paste because I still have it copied. I'll click on paste. I'll get another copy of it. I'll just bring it down here. This time around, I want to filter by what? I'll remove this from the field pane. I want to filter by age class. I think, is it age class? Yeah, age class. So I'll come here and say title, general, select instead of department now, I'll say age class. I'll say age class. So once I'm done with that, I'll click on paste again because I have 2 more slicers to go. I'll just paste. I'll come down again. This slicer is supposed to be by what now? What did we slice by again? We've done that's business. Okay, business and education level. So this one is business. So I'll just remove it. Then I'll go to our fact employee. That's business travel. So I'll just come to the title again, general title, select business travel. That's business travel. That settles it. Now I'm out of there. Then I have one more. I'll click on paste again because I still have it copied. I'll scroll down. I'll bring it down here. What's the next one? Education level. I want to check this. I'll go to education and say select education. So now I'll go back to my format, general, title, select education. Education. I think I have one more slice. I come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Department, age group, travel, education. Okay, marital status. That's the last one. So I'll just paste again. I'll click paste to get one more. Paste to get one more. And I'll put it down here. I'll just go back, remove department this time around. I'll put marital status. Then I'll come to format general title. Select marital status. Marital status.
I can't hear anything again.
Your screen is frozen.
Maybe his network. Let's wait for him.
Yes, I believe so.
Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me, please?
Yes, we
Yes, we
can hear
can.
you. Yes, we
Yes,
can
we
hear you.
can.
All right. Okay. So, while waiting for Ipasa to join back, I think we can just start talking about our program, which will start on 2nd of December. So, we're almost through with the dashboard. So when you get the recording, I think the slicer that is the last thing and the name of the dashboard. That's all. So I'll just take a minute. I just take some minutes and share my screen, and then we'll talk about the main program. Okay. So thank you very much, Ipasa. If you can hear me, just let me know when you have joined the call back. Okay, so you can just round up. But I will just share my screen now, so we'll talk about the program. So guys, you guys have seen what you've learned so far with since last week. Okay. So last week we started with Excel. Can you all see my screen, please?
Yes.
Yes.
All
We
right.
can.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. So last week we started with Excel, where we used Excel to perform some magic. We analyzed the King's e-commerce dashboard. All right, so I showed you guys a lot of things that we can actually do with Excel, because you can't do Excel for 2 days and then you confirm that you are an Excel expert or you are now a data analyst who can use Excel. Okay, we showed you guys a lot of things that you can actually do with Excel, like because when we check through the list of people that registered for our program, so we find out that we have beginners, we have intermediate guys, and we have people that said that they're advanced. So I asked a question last week, like those that are actually intermediate. If you are intermediate, have you actually used this have you done this kind of things with Excel? Like, have you done data modeling? Do you know you can actually model your data? Aside from you doing that with Power BI, do you know you can model your data using Excel? And how you can actually clean your data using using Excel, very advanced data cleaning in Excel. And then I thought about how you can actually code. All right, it's actually, we call it VBA, how you can actually do that with what? With Microsoft Excel. So Excel is a powerful tool that we can actually use to do a lot of things. So someone asked a question yesterday about which of the two am I going to, concentrate more on? I can use Excel. I saw what Excel can do. And, now we're using Power BI to do all these things. And my colleague actually answered a powerful, gave a very powerful feedback on that. That simply means that to round up what he said, you can use these tools, but to be honest, you can't use one tool and you call yourself a data analyst. No, you can't use Power BI alone. And you said that you're a data analyst, and you cannot use Excel alone and just confirm that you are a data analyst. All right. So all these things, we are going to bring them together and teach you to the very basic, from the very basic to intermediate and to the very advanced level. Now, that's what we do. All right, so someone reached out to me yesterday that the Power BI seems to be very advanced and all that. And I want to be very honest with you that it's actually not advanced. It's actually not advanced because we start from the basic, like very basic, like what is, starting with it, what is Power BI? And what is that BI in Power? That's how we're going to start with that. I'll talk about the data, like the Power BI desktop, the Power BI cloud base, because Power BI is aside from what you can see with your desktop, we move from the desktop to what? To the cloud base, okay? That's actually where the main Power BI is. So that simply means we move from the front end to the what? To the back end, where we can teach you data flow, data maths, data sets, Power BI service, how to schedule refresh, and all that. All right, so our program ranges from first of the month, from 3 months anyways. Okay, 3 months. So let me just talk about our programs. We talked about that last week. So this is actually our mission vision. You can actually check out some of the things that follow us on our Instagram, our LinkedIn, our Facebook. You can see amazing things that some of our students are doing. All right, and I think one of my colleagues, is it one of my colleagues, or I think, I don't know if I'm the one that shared a testimonial video of one of our students who just finished her program with us, and you can see amazing things that these guys are doing on LinkedIn. You can check it out. Now, our program, just like we are going to be taking you Excel, and I said last week, this actually, my colleague who is Ifasa are supposed to take this, but because of his network, I said, let me do that, okay? So we'll be taking you Excel. We use a whole 1 month to teach Excel. All right. So we use a month to teach Power BI, we teach SQL. So, and we teach other things. We teach you how you can leverage ChatGPT as a data analyst. And what is the training timeline? 3 months live classics, 3 months live classics. Okay. And 1 month for your custom project. Now, aside from you, all this training, you sitting down, have that face-to-face interaction, one-on-one interaction with your facilitator. There are other things that you're going to be benefiting from the training, all right? Which is what? One of them is what? LinkedIn optimization. So we've seen a lot of people, they start their journey as a data or as a tech person, and they don't have LinkedIn. So, and LinkedIn is actually a powerful tool where, as a tech person, you need to be. That's one of the places where you can actually say yourself, put out your skills out there. Okay, we start with what? Optimizing your LinkedIn. Even before you start your programs, we will sit down, make sure that all that you needed are what I set before you start the program. So we start with what? We start with analyzing, like opening accounts for you, like GitHub accounts. Actually, you have all these tools to help you to download all the necessary materials, and then ensure that you have your LinkedIn account even before you start your program. Okay, so we have what? We start optimizing your LinkedIn. So we have Upwork optimization, which I myself am the one in charge of the Upwork optimization. All right, so will take like, I don't know if you've seen me or you heard about me, or you can check me out on LinkedIn. All right, so I've done this thing for several times now, and it has yield a good fruit. Like people that have earned a lot from my Upwork optimizations. So I've seen guys that they're in Nigeria and they are working for organizations out there. Are organizations that are not in Nigeria, and these guys are earning in dollars. And this is actually what we do for our students, for what, for free. We don't pay for, like, it's part of benefit anyways. That again, why? Because they learn from us. Okay. Now, somebody asked me a question. I got a lot of questions. I think some of my colleagues got some questions. All right. So this training that you guys are talking about, is it virtual or is it physical class? Do you have physical class? So we don't have any physical class. So our training are what? 100%. So it's 100% virtual. There's no, it's calling this.
Don't worry. Hello? Sorry, can you guys hear me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened to my network over here. So let me try and share my screen again. You can see my screen, please.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, so I think this was where I actually stopped. I've not done any other thing since my network went off. So the only thing I wanted to do before is I wanted to, because it's actually very important that you maintain this what we call white space in your report. What I mean by white space, if you look at the space between my visuals here, you see that they are kind of consistent. Then I want to also make sure that all my slicers here, they are actually the space between each of the slicers, they are actually same, not that this one is wider or this one is less or so. So I would just highlight all the slicers. Highlight all the slicers. Now I would go back to my format again. I'll click on format. Then this is alignment issue. I'll click on align. Then this time around, I want to distribute vertically. So I'll click on distribute vertically. Once I do that, I'll ensure that the space between all the slicers, they are all same. So that settles it. I'm not so sure if this color I have on this. Let me be sure that the color is actually what we are actually using. No, I think this is the color. So that settles that. So now I think the only thing I have is just the label. When I mean label, don't need this. When I mean label, that's the title I give to my report. I gave my report a title. So I can't grab that title now. Let me go back and okay, yeah. So I said that's the name of the company, Glover Corporation Employee Attrition Analysis Dashboard. That's demographics. So what I did was just a text box that I used. I used a text box here. So I clicked on text box. When I'm home, I go to text box. Once I click on text box, the text box will appear in my screen. You can look for it somewhere. It's always appearing in different positions. I'll click and drag it here. I want to just position this text box here like this. Then I'll go ahead and type. type on the text box. That's the title of my dashboard, Global Corporation. Now, you should notice the Glover Corporation is actually way bigger and compared to the every other write-up I have there. So what I did was I can actually type everything. I can actually type everything and say that's employee attrition analysis dashboard demographics. So employee attrition analysis dashboard and demographics. So once I'm done typing this, I want to format each of the line, each of the text separately. So I'll highlight just the Glover Corporation. Once I do that, I have the option to format Glover Corporation on its own. So I'll just choose, let's say this is the font style we've been using, and pick a different font size and say, let's say 54 and see what happens. 54 is actually too big. So I'll say 32. Okay, I'm okay with 32. I'll make it bold. I'll reduce the size to, let's say 28, because I want it to be on a straight line. So that takes care of that. Then I think I did on the line. Now, if I want to also change the color, I'll just click on the drop down here. That's the A symbol there. Remember, we have the colors here already. So I'll just pick the color. So that will only format the Glover Corporation. So I can go back and format the rest text, that's the employee analysis. This time around, I won't highlight the Glover Corporation. Once I do that highlight, I can now go back and format this and say, let's say 20. Okay, then I'll say I want it to be centralized. Then I want it to be bold. I want it to be on the line. Then I also want the color to be same as what I've been using before now, which is this color. I think is the color. So you notice that there's a bar by the side here. That's because the texts are actually too big. They don't fit. So I'll go back and reduce the size of this again from 20, let's say 18. Yeah, so the bar is already out of there. Bar is out of there. So that's how I embedded that title there. The report is actually similar now. We don't have any major differences in the report. This, what is it called? Well, I call it symbol or icon I have here. It was just something I created myself using a circle and a text box also. Not like the company, they didn't have any logo, so I created it myself. But one very important thing we need to do now is, remember I told you that once you filter your reports, if I come here and filter the report by healthcare representative, the entire report changes. You see, the entire report changes. But then I will now have to need, you click on that slicer button up there, the one you have, not slicer, sorry, the refresh button I created here. This is a refresh button I created on my own. So you click on the refresh button to refresh. So we're going to do that here also. So how did I do that? The beauty of it is that once you come to insert and you come to buttons, now there's already a customized clear all slicers button. So you can click on clear all slicers button. Once you click on it, there's a button that will appear up here. Look at the button, it appears up here. But if you notice, this is not the button I used. So what I did was, I already have this. I now went ahead to insert an icon just like I've been doing before. I'll just go to my images. That's insert images. I'll look for the icon I used. Now that icon is actually white. I don't know if I'll see it here, because I'm not so sure I refreshed it. But let me quickly grab the icon. So how I grab my icon, I'll just come to my browser. I'll come here. There's a site I normally go to grab my icon. Just click on flat icon. Then I'll type the icon I want here, refresh. I want a refresh icon. Once I click on refresh icon, I'll pick anyone. Maybe I want this. I like this. I'll just select it. Or it's actually black. I don't want black color. So I edit it. Or edit it and come to the color. I'll change it to white. Once I'm done doing that, I'll download it as a PNG 516 free download. It's free. I have it on my download already. So I'll go back to Power BI. I'll go to insert image, click on insert, go to image. Then I'll go to my downloads, look at the refresh button here. I'll bring it to Power BI. So the refresh button is in Power BI already. Look at it here. So I'll take it up. I'll take it up here. It's up here already. Now, this is actually the clear all slicer. What I do, a funny trick I learned from one of my colleagues is I just click on this slicer now. I'll click on the slicer. I'll click on format. That's general. First thing I'll do. I don't want to do anything. I'll just off the text. That text I'm seeing clear all slicers. I don't want it. I'll put it off. Now, there's also a dark border I'm seeing there. There's a dark border. I don't want that border also. I'll click on it, style, and scroll down to where I have the border. I'll put off the border. Now, I'll just take this here. I'll take this, my clear all slicer. I'll reduce the size. I'll make sure it's on top of the refresh button I have already. I'll make sure it's on top of it. So what I want to do now is I have two things here. I'll send this one back because I want the refresh to be on top. I'll just click on format. I'll click on format, then I'll say send it back. So this means the refresh, that's the clear all slicer will be on top. So this time around, if I do a select and I click human resource, now I have to actually hold down control to be able to use this. But when you publish a report to Power BI service, you don't need to hold down control anymore. So for now, since I'm still in Power BI desktop, I'll hold down my control. Simply click on the button, refresh button. Once I do that, I'll hold down my control again. Once I do that now, see the report refresh. So now watch what happens. I'll come to job. No, let me not use job role. Let's say I want to see the report business class and I say travel rally. Once I click on see the report already changed, travel rally, look at it, 1043 1043. Now watch what happens. I already have travel rally selected here. Look at it, it's selected here. But once I click on this, my refresh buttons, you see that the travel rally, so out of there, the entire report to refresh to the normal view that we have already. So basically that's what I did. Then what other thing? Like I said, the company, not like they had a logo. I just created that logo myself. How did I do it? I came to insert. I inserted a small circle here. I just said circle. Just inserted a small circle. Said okay, I wanted to put a small circle here. Just a small circle, just to create a kind of logo. The company didn't have a logo, so just created a small circle here, and I gave it a kind of feel. Look at how you can your shape. You can always format anything in Power BI, your shape to your text, everything. So I gave it a feel. This is the feel I gave to it. Are you sure that's the feel? I'm not sure. Okay, I guess so. Then I didn't want a border. I put off the border. So you can always get this option when you see this button. Put on, put off, put on, put off, put on, put off, any of them. So let me be sure that's the color I gave to it. I'll come to my palette and select this color. And come back to Power BI. Go to more and paste the color code. That settles it. So it's the same color. So that's what I did. I just gave the circle. Then what I did next was just to insert the text GC text box. That's where you get to insert your text box. Now, this is my text box. I typed G and C, then Control A, change. Now, I needed to just pick something fancy that will make it look like, let's say this. Then I increase the size to like, let's say 24. No, let's make it 36. Okay, finally, let's try 40. Okay, so I'll change the font style again. Let me look for something that will make it look like it's fanciful. No, this is not good. So finally, I'll settle for this. I hope this is okay. I don't like this too. So I'll just highlight again. I change the font size to like 28. I'll take another, let me just go with this. Sorry, this is what you do. Okay, so that's fine. Now, if you notice, you discover that I can't fit it in now. I'm still having a background color of white. So I'll just come to my effect. I'll put off the background color. So I don't have a background color. Now I can also give this a different color. Like I said, you can give it a different color. For now, let's say I gave it white. White was what I used. Yeah, so that's what I did. So let's increase the size a little. Control A, highlight it, then increase the size to, let's say, 36. Okay, that's fine. 36 is okay. So I'll just position this again. Position this on top of the circle. And that's basically what I did there. I know this circle is smaller, but that's what I did. So finally, I know the only thing you're going to say is missing is these symbols I have here. These are just icons also. I just grabbed them from where I got my icon. That's the Flaticon. I grabbed the icons and I just brought them here. But because they are white, I can actually trace them on my, they are not compulsory. Those things are not compulsory. They are just few things you add to your reports to make it, like I say, little bit pretty cool. So that's basically it. You get the recording, you get the data set. I would also talk to my colleague to see how I can give you guys the background I already have, so you guys can just recreate the report just the way we have it here, watch the videos and all that. So one thing I want to point out, these things are really simple. Once you get to use
Big
Power
man,
BI,
big
once you
man.
get to,
Sorry, I think there's one thing.
what's that?
Your total employee, I think you need to format it with a comma for a separation.
Okay, you want to put a little comma, like a comma here. Did I do that
Yeah,
on this report? Okay, I didn't do that on this report. Okay, fine. You know how to do that, right?
yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah. So you can do that on the report, but I don't really, most times I don't want to put a comma in mine, or I don't format my, what will I call it now? My numbers, but it's actually pretty cool if you want to, because in the
Okay.
end, I can make this, you know, when I created the report, it was like 1K, but I wanted to show the entire value and all. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so basically, this is just the report. This is just an aspect of the report. This was one aspect of the report, more like the demographics of the report. There's going to be, we have performance here. So we're supposed to make another report on performance and all that. But this is just one aspect of the report. I'm only trying to say that Power BI is actually pretty simple. It's really simple. There's no, once you get to use the tool often, you will discover that it's actually really simple. It's not difficult. The class is just to give you a feel of what you can actually achieve in Power BI. And one very interesting thing is we are actually training you, we're giving you the training from basic to advanced that would allow you to compete.
Can't hear you.
Hello, can someone hear me, please?
Yeah,
Yes, we
can
can.
hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, I think my colleague's network is actually not working perfect. Okay, so I think that's actually the end of the dashboard. We've come to the end of the dashboard, and I think the next thing is for us to do a little presentation about our program. Because that's so said we can't learn this thing for 2 days and then we'll be perfect, okay? So right, thank you very much because Pastor is an amazing guy. So he's our RBI, let's go, facilitator. And then, so guys, back to what I was presenting before. Okay, so we have our classes to be 3 months live classes, and then 1 month custom projects. That's actually where you're gonna be work on different projects. But now during the classes, that actually doesn't mean that you will not work on project during the classes, because our classes are project based. So I think someone asked me a question concerning I think something, how am I going to learn this thing? I'll be perfect. I'm going to compete with somebody out there, right? Like apply it to the real life world. So what we're actually doing is real life scenario where you'll be working with a project from the beginning of the training to the end of the training. Imagine where you work for work on a project for 3 months. That simply means that you're going to be glued after everything. So at the end of the program, you'll be making at least 10 good portfolios. And that portfolio is one of the things that helps recruiters to know that, okay, this guy can actually, as you said, that you're a data analyst, you can use Excel. That simply means you work on the project using those tools. That simply means you are good. Okay, and then I'm talking about some of other benefits. It's aside from this, you getting the skills, all right? So we help you to optimize your LinkedIn, and then we help you with your Upwork optimization. And then aside from that, as you be graduating, you get certificate, and then you get your recommendation letter, right? So we have a lot of people that, they've after their training, they want to ask for a recommendation letter and reference letter. We make sure that we make that available for our participants. So if you go out there and you want to apply for a job and they're asking for where have you worked before, you can actually use us. Okay, use our name and we do what we give you a reference later. Right, so now the classes, the programs, I think I have a lot of people that have asked me what time is the program? Is it this 7 p.m.? Because 7 p.m. is actually not okay for me. All right, so the classes are Saturdays and Sundays, just like what we are doing now. But on Saturdays, it's 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. What? That's West African time. Okay. So we have Sundays to be 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. That simply means that after the training, can go your way, have your whatever you want to do during the day. All right. So on Thursdays, we meet 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Just 1 hour. But that's actually when we meet with our founder and we meet with some other of my colleagues who are very good in all these things and these tools. And so we thought about this thing last week. Our next go will start on 2nd of December. This 2nd of December coming in 6 weeks time. So our next go will start. So the training fee is 200,000 naira. And the first payment is 100,000 if you are making back payments. Okay. Then after 1 month or 1 month within the program, you can balance your 100,000. All right. So this is actually the account number. And then if you're paying in dollar, we have the dollar account number there. And the name of the bank is Amdo Analytics Limited. So I'm sorry about this. So for people that will be taking you the classes, we have a lot of people, but it's not all of them that will take the bootcamp. So the bootcamp is I and the IFASA that took the bootcamp. So we have a lot of people that you will be meeting with, that will be guiding you. And these guys are what? They are professionals in what they do. Right. So and I want to encourage you, if some people that will be like, actually I don't feel that this is actually for me. This is kind of I don't know, it's kind of expensive and thereabouts. But then I think that the best investment you can actually do is what? Investing in yourself. Right. That's the best investment you can do for yourself. All right. So if this is actually what you're going to give to yourself in this December, I think it's worth it. To be very honest, it's worth it, because if you look at yourself in the next 3 months, you become a certified data analyst. And imagine what data analysts earn out there. You can just Google it, search it out, go to probably up if you use Upwork now, you can see how much they are paying these guys a month, right? How much they are paid per hour, like hourly pay. That's what they pay on Upwork. And you can't earn those skills, you can't earn those money if you don't have those skills. You don't have the skills that somebody will give you work and you confidently work on the project and deliver very well. That simply means you have to, get someone who knows it, who will hold your hands and mentor you into this acquiring these skills. Right? That's actually what we do. We have some of our students who actually have joined us in this today's session by like a testimony. But I think we have a lot of them on our LinkedIn, on our YouTube channel, Instagram channel page. And some of the students, they're actually not available for now for the testimony. But then we have a lot of them out there. You can check them out on our Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook. You can see what these guys are actually doing. Right? You can see amazing things that these guys are doing. So we are waiting to see you on 2nd of December. All right. So that simply means that registration is open for everybody that want to register, that want to acquire these skills. Guys, what we do is not that we sell market. People that are out there, they'll be like, I just want to get the students in and then let them just do the skills and then, understand me. Let them just register. What we tell you that we are going to do is perfectly exactly what we are going to deliver. All right. So I've seen, in fact, we deliver more than what you paid for. All right. We deliver more than, because guys, that people that are into these skills, that are delivering these skills, that what they are professionals in their skills. Okay, they are professionals who knows what they are doing. So they make sure that they deliver maximum value to what you paid for. So we'd like to take one or two questions, then we'll call it a night. Nobody's asking questions. Let's take questions, guys. Am I talking to myself? Okay, I
You're
want to
not,
take
you're not.
questions. Yeah, go ahead, please. Ask your question.
So based on what we did, I don't know. Yeah, we kind of understood what you're trying to explain, or I understand. So, but then I wanted to ask this question based on what we did.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
from the first one and the second one, I wanted to understand the reason behind the modeling we did. Because the fact that we were able to bring out visualization and try to bring out cards and stuff like that.
For the
What was
first
the
one?
Yes. So at the end of this second one, I see we've done visualization, we've done everything and all of that. But I just wanted to understand what was the essence. I just wanted to understand why we did the data modeling. So the modeling part where we're able to manage the relationship, I just wanted to have more insight into why we did that. Because did we use it in this? No, but I just want to know why that relationship was created in a nutshell, or why we create relationships like that in model view.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so there are many reasons why you create a relationship. Okay, now first of all, I wanted to know something. Power BI is actually it's not like Excel, all right. And then one thing about Power BI is that if it accommodates more data, like when it accommodates millions of data, it gets to be slow. Now let me take for instance, okay. So those data, any data that you bring into Power BI and there is repeatance, like we have redundant data, where we have a lot of repetitions on the data, okay. And when you after all these things we've done, okay, data can actually come from another source, all right, or from the same source into that same Power BI dashboard that you built, all right. And if there is a lot of repetitions on the same data, it will make the data it will make the dashboard to be slow. In order not to be have such thing, we do what? We model the data. That's one. Which is why we model data. Another reason why we model data, okay, is when data come from different sources. We have data from when you have data from CSV, you have data from SQL, you have data from Excel. You can actually what? You can actually model the data, okay, and then bring it to what? Bring it to what? One dashboard like that. Now, for what we did now, let's bring what we did now. Example, if we have a lot of repetitions, it's actually not advisable to work with that flat file like that, because it can cause the Power BI or the data to be very slow because you have a lot of repetitions and that they are redundant data. Not necessarily, we don't need them, so we yank them off. Okay, that's right. But there are many reasons why we model data. But based on what we treated, is you can just it was actually a flat file, so we model it. In case if data, of course, it's actually one data, okay. But then let's assume that where we brought that data, and then let's assume that that data has like 5 rows. I'm just giving an example now. We have 5 rows, and probably next week that same data source, we have about 20 rows of data added to it, and we have a lot of repetitions. It will what? It will slow the dashboard. It will slow the flow or the work of that dashboard.
Okay, that's great. Can I just add something to it, please?
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so yes, you asked us why we model the data. Everything my colleague actually said. I think the most important thing why we model data is to prevent redundancy. That's when your entire database becomes slow. Now, remember when I started the class, I mentioned something. We're only talking about one aspect. We can't actually talk about every aspect of the data analysis today because when it comes to the training, we're also going to teach you how to what we call databases, creating databases and creating data models. Now, that's where the data modeling really comes to play. So one of the things data model will help you do is just clarity and understanding. Remember, it's going to look like I'm speaking big grammar, I'm using big terms, but I mentioned in the class, if you watch the video, I said there are 4 very important things that comes to play when it comes to data model. The first thing I mentioned was entities. And I said entities, they are more like, they represent like the real world objects, such as customer, products and all that. In this case, employee and all that, department and all that. So then we talked about attributes because this data you're seeing now is actually coming from somewhere, a database. And if you don't model the database properly, now think of your bank. Your bank, for example, will give you a form, which is more like a registration form. Now, that registration form you're filling, they are going to fill that form. They have a replica of that form in their database. So you are going to enter your data. But when you start making and all that, your registration is already by the side. You don't need to touch it anymore. Anytime you want to make a transaction, you don't need to come back and register. So you have a dimension, a model that keeps you, all your details about the customer is already there. You as a customer, your name, everything is there. But every time you want to make a transaction, you don't need your name and all those things. You only need your account number. Just take your account number from there. Make any transactions you want to make. So that's why one of the reasons we model the data to give you just clarity, like my colleague said, redundancy. Then if we talk more about databases, you will know why. We'll go further to understand why data models are actually really, really important. If we talk more about databases, we talk about why data model is really important. So we are good. You're safe with us, actually. You're really safe with us. If you come for the training, you're safe. And I can guarantee you what you're going to learn is quality. We're giving you quality and quantity at the same time. So I'll leave it to my colleague to take over.
Okay, thank you very much, Ipasa. I hope that you're okay now.
Yes, I perfectly understand. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're
Because I want
welcome.
to make that data set. So that's why I wanted to understand why it is important here. Because I know it's very important when we're creating a data set. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome, ma'am. All right, so let's take another question. So if not to call it tonight, okay? So but the thing, like I said earlier, our program starts on 2nd of December, and the program fee is 200,000 naira. And for first payment, it's 100,000 naira if you're making part payments, okay? And then you balance 100,000 naira 1 month into your program. That simply means 4 weeks or 5 weeks, you balance your 100,000 naira. So we're posting this thing on our, I think WhatsApp group. I think some of my colleagues have been posting it and I'm posting it. Look, I think that's actually the best thing you can give to yourself this December. do that investment in yourself. Within next 3 months, you see yourself. And these guys, I'm being very honest. We're not telling you what we cannot do. We're telling you what we can do. Okay, you have seen testimony. This testimony is not, we don't force them to come and give us testimony. It's something willing, they just do it. Okay. So you can see it when you come, you yourself, you yourself, you are the one that will do what that will testify that okay, I attended this guy's bootcamp, and at the end of the training, I decided to buy their program, and I did not regret it. Okay, this is 100% value that we are giving, and you can see what my colleague has done yesterday and today. This is just like, let me say, 1% of what you're going to be learning in the next 4 months. Okay, so guys,
Madam Chinyere,
thank you, sir. Actually, sir.
do you
Yes,
really
sir.
have a location site, or how is it going to look like in case one is coming in for the program? Is there a location site maybe here in Lagos, or is there going to be a location where people will converge during the training, or everything is just going to be online throughout the 3 months or 4 months rather?
Yes, sir. All right, thank you very much, sir. So there is actually not a physical class, okay? So our trainings have been virtual training. You know, I've seen people asking this question, you know, I just want a physical class, but they don't want remote jobs. You get so if you can actually if you want a remote job, that simply means that you can actually get this certified using what virtual training. All right, so this training is 100% virtual. But let me be honest with you, it won't be like what we did this bootcamp. Okay, it's one-on-one. Ask anybody that has gone through our training. You can search. You have these guys out there. Chat them or privately talk to them. Go to our link, they chat them or talk to them. How has been this guy's program? Be honest with me, and then we share the honest truth with you. Okay. Now it's going to be like one-on-one. Now, what do I mean? You come to your class, you come to the class with your laptop and probably your handset. Okay. When you have issues, we make sure we carry everybody along. Now, when you have issues that you're not getting that there's issue, we ask you to share your screen. That simply means you share your screen. We guide you to, oh, this actually you're not getting in, this is what you need to do. That simply it's not that it will be like the way we handle this bootcamp. No, never. Okay, it's just one-on-one, just like as if you are talking to me and I'm talking to you. Okay, I think when I tweeted Excel, I asked some people to share their screen. I don't know if I did that. Okay, but that's how we do it. So there's no virtual physical training. It's 100% virtual. Now we have most of our students, like the current cohort. We have people that are in US. We have people that are in UK. Imagine if it's physical class, those guys will not join. All right, because of course few months ago, I was in Nigeria, but I would be like, oh, now that I'm not in Nigeria, that simply means I will not partake. I will not participate again. Okay, so that simply means that the virtual training favors everybody. It's the best, irrespective of wherever you are, at the comfort of your home. You will learn. You're not moving anywhere. Just sit at your home, have your set, your laptop, your internet connection, and then you will learn. I don't know if I answer your question now, Hilali.
Yes, 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 yes. But how is it going to be the lecture time, the timing for the lecture? We don't know if it's going to be such that will be convenience or inconvenience. That's another issue.
Okay, I said I shared it very let me share it again. Okay, so now on Saturdays, so these are days of the program. On Saturdays we have 11 a.m. We are using Nigerian time, that's West African time, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Okay, then on Sundays we have 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Then these Thursdays are just like if we give you assignments, we need you to come. Everybody meet on Thursdays. Like if there is any issues you are having on during the week, probably what we've learned. We make sure that everybody are on the same page before we move to the next weekend. All right, that's actually what we do on Thursdays, and then we meet with people. Aside from ensuring that everybody on the same page, that you are, ask questions, do something like a revision of what we have treated during the last weekend. Aside from that, those days we use it for probably our LinkedIn optimization, our work optimization, and look at our civics. All right, so that Thursdays is actually it's just 1 hour. Sometimes we used to use 1 hour, 30 minutes, anyways. But then these are the official days for the training, Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay, then for the purpose of those that joined in this boot camp, can't the company kind of reduce further to make it maybe like 150,000 naira so that at least we can pay 100 and pay the remaining 50 maybe after 5 weeks during into the program?
Okay, so now, so let me be very honest with you. All right, let me be very honest with you. When I joined, okay, let me say, we can actually, even the team can actually decide, okay, let's do this program for 50,000 naira, or let's do this program for 70,000 naira. You understand? At that point, I'm being very honest with you. We are trying to do what? Get people. Come and register. At the end of the training, we promise you heaven and earth will not deliver it. So which one is better than we correct what you will gain from the program is far beyond the money. You will see it by yourself. I'm being very honest with you. You can search online, you can ask questions. People that have gone through the training, how has been the training? All right. Sometimes it's not actually advisable. We start putting people's phone number and thereabout. But then ask this guy's question. How has been this guy's training? All right. So, and we have people that can hold your hand, ensure that you get maximum value for what you paid for. Now, after our training, I used to say something anytime I'm taking students. I said, after my training with you, if you do not get value for your training, go out there and call me out on any social media you like. Right? It's not bragging. I'm not saying it based on analytics. I'm saying based on my own personality. I do personal training for people. I understand. So now, after, go out there and call me out if I didn't deliver the value, what you paid for. You'll be the one that will be telling me, this thing is too much, this thing is too much. But that's just it. So what I'm trying to bring out here is that 200,000 naira is way, like the value you get is way beyond 200,000, and you will see it yourself. All right. So we have people that even like that charge more than this, that very, very well in the industry, that charge more than this, and at the end, so they will not deliver up to that. Okay. So that's just it. So, but it's something that after the training, you get to, encourage others to register. Not to encourage others to. These guys are delivering. They are not just talking about it, but then they deliver what they tell you that they will deliver. Okay, any other question? Any other question? So let's take questions.
Yeah, sorry, what if the Saturdays and Sundays time is inconvenient for individual? Like someone's time can be different from yours, like your activity is different from someone's activity, and that Saturday, Sundays is not coming up with the scheduled class time. How do you go about that?
Okay, we have what we call Google Classroom. I'm trying to bring it out so I can show you. Yeah. So there's what we call Google Classroom. So we make use of the Google Classroom. Okay. So Google Classroom simply means is actually a place where we upload all our class recordings. So if you mix any of the classes, because our classes are 100% recorded. There's one of our students that's supposed to, join us in today's session and just share his testimony. So when I think one of my colleagues reached out to him, and the guy later called me this evening, he said something. I'll be very honest. He said that one of his cousin sister registered for the same data analytics program somewhere else. But guess what? They don't give them the recording. So after the class, everybody just go home. So I was just I was just laughing. So now our classes are 100% recorded. That even if you miss the classes, you get the recording. In as much as you are following, you get the recording, you watch the recording, then you ask questions. All our facilitators are 100% accessible. You can see Ipasa. Ipasa is 100% accessible. You can see Shinyere. She's 100% accessible. Okay. So you ask questions and they will definitely want to answer you. That's it. And it's amazing how we actually do some things, because sometimes even what we said that we are going to deliver, and I believe my colleague is here who can actually give this testimony very well. At the point, if we find out that these students are not catching up, we extend their training program. Are you there, Ipasa? So Ipasa is the somebody is the one currently taking SQL class. I think their program is supposed to have 2 weeks ago thereabouts, and he extended their program because he wants to ensure that these guys he deliver 100% what is on the curriculum. In fact, beyond what is on the curriculum. Right, so they finished their program today. We are still with them because after the training program, we are not leaving them behind. No, we are still with them. Right, so that's just it. So when you miss your program, when you miss any class, you have our you have the recordings. You can go to the recordings. Okay. I don't know if I've answered that, Kevin. I don't know if it's Kevin that answered.
Yeah, you have. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
So, Madam Chinyere.
Yeah, this is your bad yeah. Okay.
Oh, Madam well, it's true now. So, Madam Chinyere, this actually for the data analysis, the topics that will be covered is basically just Excel, Power BI, and what else?
And SQL.
SQL.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so nothing like maybe machine learning or deep learning or something.
Those ones are for data science. So machine learning and deep learning are for data science, not data analytics.
Okay, then what about I've forgotten this other one again. No, Kai. Okay, when I remember, I'll get back to you. I'll tell you.
No problem. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, let's take another question. Guys, let's ask questions so we can. Nobody's asking question. Okay, now we can call it a night. I don't know. Do you have any other thing that you want to say, Professor?
Okay, no, but like you said it all. But remember that I said that we're going to help. Somebody is raising his hand. So Samson, you can go ahead, please. Let me tell you.
All right. Mine is not actually a question. It's just I just want to appreciate you guys. You've done so much, and I've learned so much. So I will definitely reach out to you guys very soon. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much.
On that note, we are happy to see you guys. But one thing I also want to say, because emphasis is on quality. Emphasis music quality. We have data analysts out there, a lot of data analysts out there. And it's important that you know your craft very well. Now, the reason I'm saying emphasis is on quality. I know you guys are going to be using LinkedIn a lot to connect, to try and get roles yourself out there, which I will encourage you to also. There are a lot of benefit that comes our training. Projects, project, job. Very important compete, compete. We compete with people outside. Will I say not just people within Nigeria or so. On LinkedIn, there are different data analysis challenges that you're going to be interested in competing for, and which of training we're going to give to you. You partake in these challenges. You need to Imagine competing in a challenge where you have like over 100 data analysts competing for the prize to put up a dashboard and the single URL, the quality of training we're giving to you is that kind of quality that you'll be able to compete with others. You'll be able to do stuffs that will make you actually stand out. So it's great. I really appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ifasa. So guys, because one thing I always like to to introduce people to that's I find out that people, there's something that will actually motivate them before they they will start applying for probably acquiring a skills. But I don't think we have to wait for that time. All right, because I've seen opportunities coming some people's way and they be like, I ought to have gotten this opportunity, well, because I don't have this skill. You see, so you can actually check this thing out there. It's on social media. This is real. You can just check out their website. You can see amount that a data analyst earn. So if nothing is motivating you to acquire the skills, you can actually check out how much is actually probably the annual salary of this data analyst. You can see, look at this amount that these guys are earning. Okay, this is per annum. That's 40,000 and all that. So that's what I'm trying to put out there, is that there's a lot of opportunity, just like my colleague said, there's a lot of opportunities there for all these tech guys. You see people that are earning in dollars, in Nigeria, you're working for international companies. You're doing well. When people are saying that dollar is rising, when they are crying, you are enjoying yourself. You're like, okay, move to 1.5, move to 2,000. It's not my business, okay? Because you have these skills and you are earning in dollar. Do you know how much data analysts earn out there? Just like my colleague said, the training we are going to give you will make you stand out because it's very highly competitive. Right. Thank you very much, everybody, for for listening. And we'll be expecting to have you.
Wait. Madam, are we going to be looking at things like VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, HLOOKUP,
Of
and
course.
others?
Yes. So you did not join our class last weekend?
I did.
Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, you'll be looking at those ones. And you even look at more advanced ones than XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Right?
What about things like how will I put it now? Okay, apart from the XLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, and things like advanced data cleaning, not just normal data cleaning, advanced type of data cleaning.
I shared all these things last week. Let me see if I can get one on my desktop now. I shared it.
Okay.
I shared it on Sunday last week. Let me see if I can get any of these things. Yeah, I've seen one now, so I'm gonna share that with you. I'm gonna share that with you. Yeah. So I'll share this with you now. So this is kind of data cleaning that we do. We start from the basic to intermediate and to this advanced level now, right? So you are giving the data analytics, right? How do you transform something like this to something like this, right? So from this data, you can see how this data is. You can see how it's scattered, all right? How did you clean it, arrange it from that to something like this? Okay, this is actually one of the things that we do. What we teach our students. We don't just teach you, come to the class, teach you with clean data. Yeah, we start with clean data, and then we move to more advanced data cleaning, where you can actually work with data that are very dirty. Right? So that's one of it. I hope you've seen that.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I really want to commend you. I appreciate what you actually did. It was that last week lecture I actually enjoyed. For the one of yesterday and today, seriously, I'm lost because I'm not really too sound in Power BI anyway, but I know by the time I get the video for both yesterday and today, I'm able to go through it properly and get to understand it. But for the one of last week, it was just perfect. It was excellent. It was just on track. So that's why I want to appreciate you and commend you for the nice job done.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And to be honest, to be very, very honest with you, this is just like 1% of what you are going to learn in 4 months' time. I'm being very honest. So this is just like 1% of what you're going to need. And saying that is kind of advanced, it's just because, just like my colleague said, we are just seeing it for the first time. Okay, but when we start from the very basic, like introducing you to the meaning of Power BI, the meaning of a lot of things, the terminologies, the primary keys. You talk about the cardinalities. By the time you explain all these things very bit by bit, of course, the training will not be very hard for you to understand. Thank you very much, Mr. Harry Hilali, and thank you everybody that stayed on the call to this moment. So I hope to see you guys on. Is it 2nd of December now? Yes, hope to see you guys on 2nd of December.
When is
Bye,
the
everyone.
registration ending?
Sir?
When is the registration ending?
On 30th of December. 30th of November.
30th of November. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. So bye everyone. Bye everyone. So if you are paying for the program, we advise you pay early so that all the instructions and ensuring that all the materials that you need are set, so you get them before the 2nd of December.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Bye everyone.
Goodbye.
Emmanuel, Samson, Oluwafemi,
Bye.
Chidima, Kevin, Adeshino. Is Adeshino? Adeshino.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
Yeah, guys. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you guys
Bye,
for.
bye, Chinyere.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you guys for staying till this moment. Thank you. We really appreciate you guys. I would like to see everybody on 2nd of December so we can have good interaction and good relationship.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.